Another beautiful Saturday afternoon here on Civic Space TV. We hope you're doing well wherever you're watching us from. Good afternoon to you all. My name is Nayiga Madreen, and yes, we are on Women Rise, Women at the Front Lines. This is a platform for young women. It's a mentorship program where we get to listen into inspiring stories from women who have made it, who have done something in society. Yes, they come here every Saturday to tell us their stories, how they have done it and how they are able to keep doing what they are doing. And today I'm really honored to host one of the great women in Uganda. It's still March and we are celebrating women, so we are celebrating Sarah Nakintu. You're very welcome.
Thank you so much. Honored to be here.
Yes. Sarah is the chairperson of the Interparty Women Platform. She is also the vice chairperson of the Alliance for National Transformation and the founder of Shalom Women's Development Initiative. Yes, you're very welcome, and say hello to our viewers.
Thank you so much. Hi to everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes, Sarah is into leadership spaces, leadership positions. We really want to know how she is doing it as a woman. Yes, but before we go into the stories, we want to know more about Sarah. Introduce yourself to our viewers who do not know who Sarah Nakintu is.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I am Sarah Nakintu. As our presenter said, I am a mother of 6.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
I have Elis and I'm proud of them. I have Elijah, Elisha, Elsheva, Elshama, Eldodi, and El Anna.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm mother of 6, biological, and many adopted.
And many others,
Yeah. So proud to be a mother.
Mm.
And a woman, since we are in the Women's Month.
Yes.
Yes, I am married to Mr. Mayanja Stephen. I am a resident of Gulama Village, Mukono District, Goma Sub-County, Mukono Central Division. Yeah, I'm a former contestant for Woman MP.
Mukono District.
In
Wow.
the last concluded elections. And I am proud that I managed to contest and have that experience.
Yes.
Yes, I studied as any other person in this country. Nursery, I went to Aga Khan Nursery School. I went to Muslim Girls Primary School. Then finally did my PLE at Police Children's School at Nsambia. Then I joined St. Peter's for my senior 1 to senior 2. Then went to Kasao SS. Yes, for O-level and A-level. Then I did my university at Uganda Christian University. Yes.
Everything is around Mukono, Kampala. You're a city born, a city child, yes.
Yes. And I'm doing also my master's program there currently.
Wow.
Yes. I've gotten a chance to go abroad and study leadership.
Wow.
The one that, I am really exercising currently.
Yes.
I went to St. Vax University under the Kodi International Institute as a global youth leader and a facilitator. I was also trained in facilitation and training a process for community change. That is where my passion is always. Changing community and being part of the change I want to see. That drives my work always.
Okay. So that's why you have the Shalom.
Yes. From there, I founded Shalom Women's Development Network. As I was at campus at UCU.
Oh.
You know, I did my internship at the Family and Child Protection Units in Mukono, and things were not going on well. You know, with the increased corruption, when a woman files a case and the man comes and bribes,
So
the woman comes back, they say, you know, you must be submissive. You're lucky that the guy is giving you lunch and this. Yes.
Okay, so that's the gap you saw.
So I saw that gap and I said, what change can I cause in this area? This is why I began Shalom Women's Development Network. I began with counseling women who had issues and everything. During that time, they used to call me Afandi.
Ah.
Yes.
Because
because they could send me
See you
out
around,
to
okay.
bring women culprits, those things. But I had that internal urge. How can I make the women life better? So I began Shalom Women's Development Network. Even while I was at the probation unit, I could hand a case, and once it was mishandled, I could get extra time outside the office and see the man and the woman, and I give you reality, and I say, yes, it is okay, you bribed, and the case turned out in your favor. But if you don't analyze the issues currently, and if you don't deal with them, they will never go away from your family. So I had that ample time to connect with the community, to connect with police, to connect with schools, to connect with communities as we did community sensitizations under that. So I got interested more in the community work.
Wow.
Then from there, I realized counseling was not enough.
Yeah.
So if it was poverty causing the violence all the time, and the Kamesa is not enough.
Yes.
What
would
else
be the
can
solution?
we do? So I began training women on doing work even right away from their homes. Yes, with a simple capital of 300, 200, 100, you can change.
So you are doing the trainings that you carried on, but you are doing internship.
Yes.
So the trainings, how did you facilitate yourself, to do these things?
Okay, number one, my husband has been key, yes, in supporting me on doing the works that I have been doing. First of all, when you start an organization, you can register, but you don't have the money to do the administrative work, to do the follow-ups and everything. And secondly, I was doing my side businesses. Yes. So the money that I could get at first, I could use that for transport. Then like Facebook, you can say, I have this issue. Is anyone coming to support a woman? We want to do this. And people can comply and say, can we support you in this? Can we do this? That was also an avenue. And the other avenue, I've been doing consultancies, like with World Vision, Compassion International. So when you get that fund, you start implementing activities. So time reached and I needed other people on board. So I sold the idea to my classmates or coursemates at the university, and they joined. Wow. Yes. So that is how we started.
Shalom.
Yeah. Till now. We were happy to get funding to curb gender-based violence from the Austrian Development Corporation. I worked with Women Africa, Empower and Care Organization. So I was in partnership with other like-minded organizations that we can pool resources and work together and extend a hand to the vulnerable.
So how has the journey been with Shalom Women's Development Initiative so far? How many years along the way, ever since you started? What are some of the things you've achieved as an organization?
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we started we started doing with volunteer work in 2018. Yes, 2019, 2020. Yes, then I brought people on board, 2021. Then we registered, yes, and started working on a few key things. Yes, but the milestones we have made are really vivid. We have supported women to start up income-generating activities, and most especially those affected with HIV. Yes, with the current situation with the pullout of the USAID funding.
It must be terrible.
It is terrible, and our mothers are saying, what are we going to do if ARVs...
And I know that many are looking up to you, you as the leader. You've been providing these services, helping the women.
Helping the women.
What are you thinking of, doing away from USAID funding?
Okay, it is a great learning point.
Yeah.
Because as an organization, we need to benefit from USAID directly.
Yes.
But if our clients are getting free drugs and they're accessible closer to them, then that is something good and important to them. But currently, without it, we are finding challenges. Now they will need extra transport, because now the art clinics were closer to the clients. Now they are no longer there. Yeah. So they have to come to the health center or 3 to get these drugs. At times it is costly for transport. The other time the woman knew the drugs will be brought closer to me. I have to look for fees. daily food, and name it. Yeah. So currently they have also questions. If you said there's not to revisit, it's you shall find that drugs for 1 month will cost 500 per a patient. And some of my women cannot afford
People don't
that.
have money.
Yes, at that time. Currently, they are saying share. Of the past, we are not sharing drugs. But currently, we are sharing. A person who was getting 6 months drugs is currently getting 3 months. So there are questions.
The health complications that, you know, we are looking at.
High. And you will see we'll have more reoccurrences than what we have been fighting for. Yes, so that is one. So secondly, also the increased prices on commodities. You have to pay VAT on every commodity that we buy. As women, we buy a lot of things, sanitary pads, we buy diapers. Yes, we need mother kits, name it. And also caring for the family all the time becomes costly. Now, if prices are high, so the woman down there faces a lot of
really
struggling and facing a lot of challenges. Yes, you know, high taxes are imposed, even if you're having a business at your door. And for example, the tax collectors become aware that you're selling or doing something, the other day you will see them at your door and saying you must contribute tax. And yet the taxes we are contributing as women are not equivalent to the services we are getting. Ugandans are compliant. Even the woman down there can allow to pay tax. But the challenge is, do the taxes resonate with the services that we are getting currently? Because if in the hospitals we have no drugs and the woman is the one suffering, when it reaches time for taking children, if they are admitted, it is the woman. Taking children to school, it is the woman. Knowing what the family will need the following day, it is a woman. There is something that came to my WhatsApp, in one of the WhatsApp groups I am in. They gave out a scenario at night. A man and a woman were reflecting in bed. And the woman was thinking of what are we going to have tomorrow for lunch. And the man was thinking, can I touch her boobs? So, yes.
And the man is thinking of, you know, what will the kids eat tomorrow? I know what runs in our minds is really crazy.
Of course. And it was like a joke, but it is reality.
Yeah, it's reality.
All the time. This is what women go through. So I'm passionate about changing the lives of women, but I also believe change begins with me. Yes. So from there I went into leadership. And I joined politics.
So this journey of activism, are you doing this alone as an individual, or you have, you know, people behind you?
Okay, currently what I didn't talk about, I am Jewish. I am also the vice president of the Sub-Saharan Jewish Alliance. Yes, we are 16 countries in this alliance.
What is Jewish?
Like Judaism or Jewish, it is a faith.
Jewish
as well. It is the first religion, we can name it, in the world. Biblically, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, that is where, this faith originated. Yes, and Uganda, we celebrated 100 years of Judaism in 2019, before the pandemic. And my community is making 20 years because we have a journey where other people were born Jewish in Uganda and we just converted. To become a Jew, you either need to be born a Jew like the people in Israel or you need to convert. Yes. So for us, we just converted to Judaism.
So you're doing the activism along...
like they have been funding my activities. For example, Israel has been funding and also US. Some organizations that are Jewish are funding, but the activities are not only for the Jewish people, because even in our communities we have non-Jewish people. When a problem arises, it doesn't affect a religion, a political party, or what.
Everyone.
It is everyone. Yeah, so with that funding, we have been able to support everyone around us. Yes.
And with the Shiloh Women's Development Initiative, what are some of the issues you think women are still facing even up to now?
Like water issues? Water is not enough. every time. And even where we have taps, at times water is expensive. And when we send children to go to fetch water, they are raped. The woman suffers a double tragedy. The man will say, you have not kept my children well, despite the distance to the well and everything. Then also mothers of children with disability face a lot of challenges. One, stigma. Two, husbands run away and they say we don't produce such children. Yes, so the mother tends to be, the children are cared for with single mothers. We have seen a lot of violence, gender-based violence currently in the communities, and mothers face it roughly. Yes, we see issues like teenage pregnancy.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, it is still around.
Rampant.
Yes, it haunts the women more because when your child is pregnant and at an early age, you're going to have the vicious cycle of poverty. Then this is a child taking care of a fellow child, and they don't know the procedure and everything. At times, if this girl gets pregnant, the family disowns them. The fathers, you were a curse in our community. And then they go out and face a lot of challenge. The mother is hurt twice. Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, you have also seen teenage child marriage at such a time currently. We are seeing school dropouts due to sanitary pads. So it is enormous, and it has been recurring. And we don't have proper or lasting solutions to these issues. Then unemployment. Women face a lot of unemployment currently, to the level that it is now technical know-how. Despite whether you're educated, you have the papers, you have, it is a technical know-how. Now, if you don't have anybody who knows you, it will be hard. Even receiving these consultancies, you can have papers, you can have the material, you can have, but they'll ask you, what is the percentage you're bringing back to me if you go through? So it is always through corruption that a woman needs to attain certain things. Yes. We have also seen a challenge where you see women who are running for political positions. They have to give in for sex to attain party tickets. That is violence.
No, not only politics. I think this cuts across.
It cuts across everywhere. So the man says, what are you giving me? To put you on the list, to put your name go through, to bargain and everything. Yes, you see women at times cannot win contracts. And this is an issue. Because at times they say, for example, if you have a construction company and you are a woman, they say we need a percentage of the work. And yet when you're budgeting, that money must be used in these items that you are supposed to do or to deliver or anything. But that thing of percentage has deterred many women to come up. Yes.
Yeah. So Sarah, we are in the Women's Month, and I believe many people will be watching, or policymakers are watching. What strategies do you think we can bring to see that no woman is left behind, and we elevate women empowerment?
Wow, thank you so much. We need gender-responsive policies at all levels. Either education or politics, like either in governance or in health and everywhere. We need gender-responsive policies. Yes. Now I can give a scenario. Currently in agriculture, we had a lot of women who base or who earn income from agriculture. Yes. But you see, the very women don't own land currently. So how can you engage yourself, like give it your whole, when the land is not yours? That is one. Two, also the men who are owning this land, they wait after the full cultivation and everything. When you're selling, they want the produce, the money. Then after, they will just give you a portion of what you have struggled for this time. Then when you see they are hit by the climate change, currently seasons are not predictable. You plant your maize hoping in June or July, they will come out. Then May comes, a lot of sunshine and everything dies. Women always get a lot of loans currently, but their loans go out in vain. Yes, because once you plan that, okay, now let me go and get maize, let me do ABCD, and you're optimistic that you will get profit out of it, and it doesn't come out, then who pays the loan? Despite things have not worked out. The government does not, all the credit facilities do not look that the seasons were bad. For them, they need
have to collect their money.
So where are the policies that look into that in case it is a disaster? How are we supporting them? We saw the Bududa instance. The women struggled. Even up to now, they are struggling. Those who had farms, they didn't yield. Currently, they are displaced. The children cannot go back to school and everything. So where are these policies? Like the early warning policies. Are they there? Can the message reach directly to the person who is going to be affected and everything? Then when you look into our health systems, I was happy when Parliament was talking about giving out sanitary pads to all schools
for free.
And then it became another sad or a nightmare when they withdrew that there is no funding for that. When will the government ever be accountable to its people, thinking about them? It's like going to be a policy maker, benefiting you as a policy maker, or it should benefit us right to the grassroots. So policies should be gender responsive.
Wow. Yes. Wow. Thank you, Sarah. And so should we say that, you know, the love for women, the love for people in community led into, you know, your leadership journey? Tell us about this journey. Where is the inspiration? Where did you draw this inspiration to enter leadership and mainly politics?
Mainly politics.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much. Initially, I wasn't into politics. And I was seeing politicians as people who are deceiving. I'm telling you the truth. Who will never fulfill what they say. Who always come to get the votes and then
Then they
disappear. And you see them thriving while communities are, oh my goodness. And I didn't want politics at all.
So what changed
So
your
it
mind?
came a time at my village when they were electing women councils. The last concluded women council elections. Even I wasn't into it, but I had done work in the community and everywhere. So now the women come up and say, we had our women groups. Then they said, Sarah, we need your national ID. We are going somewhere. Yes, so we want to take it somewhere. We are advocating for this grant, so give it to us. So I gave it to them. Usually they know they were taking it.
So it's the people taking you into this.
Yes, so the time reached for nomination day, and they said, can you accompany us to SETA? We are... yes.
This is beautiful. You know, people being behind you and pushing you to go into this.
Yes, so here I go. I'm reaching there, they were saying, we can't accept anyone else to lead us.
Apart from you.
And I said, but I'm not into politics. I don't want to be that bad person that I always see. I don't want to. And I said, you have no choice.
Yeah.
So now, like, there was no any other option in the community. So I accepted the task. So that is where my political journey begins from.
Okay.
So I enjoyed the work that I'm doing up to now. I'm delivering. Yes. So from there, I got interested. Started exploring issues affecting women, children, and everything, and where I can do an impact, I do so. So now elections come. It was during the pandemic, and I watch the debates on Bukede TV. And all the aspirants, and I said, but Sarah,
what are they saying?
What are they saying? Can't I go and add yes, my voice too? To that.
Okay.
Yes, that is how
it started. Yeah.
Then I went into these different political parties. When I was contesting for the women,
MP.
No, not for the women MP, the women councils. I went through DP. But when I went closer, relating with them and what, I found very many of them, and I could not resonate with them. The ideology is good, but the practicability in my community
is nowhere.
Yeah. And so I could give them advice, and they say, but you're still a women councillor. You are at the women level. How do you advise us to this? And you know this arrival syndrome amongst women. Once they assume a role, they say, now we have arrived. You know?
They forget about
that. Then I said I can create a very good manifesto and everything, and I can attest to it. My community people said, but Sarah, you can do good, but you don't distribute money. You know, in this Kalulu, you must give us.
You must give money.
You must give money. Yes, and I ended up in the Alliance for National Transformation during those campaigns, because at least they can implement what they say. That is number one. When you go into their manifesto, it resonated with what I really wanted to do for my people. So that is how I ended also in the Alliance for National Transformation. It is people-centered. It cares for the people. When you look at the manifesto, it cares for the women, the disability people. The policies are very good if implemented in our country, Uganda. For example, the anti-corruption policy in the Alliance for National Transformation. You wouldn't have seen the Mabati people currently attaining their position as they are now. You resign. And before resigning, you must bring back what you have stolen. Uganda is losing a lot of money every year, trillions and trillions of money. But the culprits are never held responsible. And it starts with the president and everyone here. I was shocked. Yesterday I was moving along with a border guy, and he went through the traffic lights before they indicated that he should go. And I asked, why are you doing this? He said, Nyamo, this country, everybody.
So you see, it goes back to us also, the individuals.
Of course, it goes back to us.
You know you're doing something wrong, but you're comfortably doing it.
But also his explanation was key. You know, every level at this government, in this government, everybody is corrupt, and everyone does whatever gives them a leeway. Yes. But I said, but you should be an example. And he said, no. I'm seeing all these examples from our leaders. So I must do what they are doing. But I said, no, but change begins with you. And says, Nyabo, we shall see those things some other time, but not today. Time. Now, if I take you, I need to look for another customer. So waiting for these traffic lights, it's not. And this is also evident to our ministerial convoys, the presidential convoys. It is only in Uganda where a president is going somewhere and all roads are
closed.
I've been in Canada. I've been in Israel. It is only that other road that you're going to use is closed, and only at the time when you're closer to that area. Oh my. Yes. So the corruption, people see examples from the top leaders, and from there I said, I think it is high time to come out. Yes, and do servant leadership and show others that we can effect change. I was very, very proud of the late Muhammad Segirinya. He came into this position, but in the first 6 months, he caught the attention of all his electorates. And then you hear statements. He was showing off. He wanted to show that he's working hard, and we have been in this space. And I said, wait a minute, why can't you appreciate someone who is increasing contact and relating and answering the questions of his electorates? Yes, so I said, I think I can make a difference in this leadership. Yes.
So how was the experience? You know, the first time you ran for MP.
You know, it was during the pandemic.
Yes.
The experience wasn't quite so harsh to me, because I remember there was a riot in between Mukono that day when Honorable Chagulanyi moved around, and there was that riot countrywide. It found me at the roundabout in Mukono. That was my first harsh experience I ran out of the car and we left the car.
You were not ready for this.
I wasn't. And we ran. So I had friends who were working within the police constables, and one saw me running off. I left the car in between the roundabout because there were fire, everything. You couldn't go back. You couldn't.
Tear gas.
Tear gas was all over. And I just told the people in the car, can we get out and run after our lives? Now, if these stones come, they'll come directly to us. So we left the car in between the roundabout, and then this guy sees me and came running. Honorable, can you give me the keys? I want to bring you your car. Go to the Shell and I will find you there.
Yeah.
So this guy is called Charles. I love him so much. He delivered me that day. He went and got the car. And I said, oh, Sarah, what did I come into? Yes, because this violence, I wasn't ready for it. For sure, I wasn't ready for it. And I started receiving called Honorable Benamutsin. And I said, no, life first before any other thing.
Because if you ran away from
and I said, Honorable, you would have made news if your car was strangled and you're in there. And I said, no, I'm not waiting for news.
life first.
Life first. So it was a very bad experience.
Yeah.
The other experience I got was hiking of space on media, that airtime that we got. And the random person could pay 1.5 for 2 hours. And here we are.
You don't have the money.
And we don't have that money. Oh my goodness. And then I started saying, now how are these media spaces favoring women? But they were saying, but this is an NRM woman and she can afford. But I said, where is the equality?
Yeah.
Our parties cannot afford this.
Oh.
Can you ask her for the 1.5 and ask me for 500? And I said, no, we want 1.5. So this deterred us from getting equal, yes, air during that time. Then you also, when you see like the monetarization of politics currently, my party had no money. I recall it gave me only 2M to run
the whole campaign,
session. Oh. Yes. And you go to the electorates and they say, Honorable Sarah, you have very good words, you can implement. You can do things, but
you don't give money.
You don't give money. And I said, okay, one, I don't believe in corruption. That is one, and change begins with me. So there is no way I'm going to corrupt you to give me votes, even if I had the money. I want you to give me the vote knowing I can go and represent you. I can work on your issue. I can be your voice. Those things, on that level, give me your vote. And they could say, but Honorable Sarah, you speak so well. Add some money into these elections and you will get...
For things to move.
Yes, so I couldn't do that. So that was also a challenge. Then the militarization of politics. Oh dear, you reach a polling station and it is full of military. And they are saying vote and leave.
Go.
But you want to witness what the army is doing. Because they had these numberless vehicles and they had pre-ticket ballots, and when you're not there, they are doing this. You could go even at a certain polling station and you see your agents. They are hiding their tags. They
don't want to be seen.
They don't want to be seen. What could that mean? They are either bought or they are threatened. Yes. And you can say, I want to change my agents. And the residing officer says, you don't have that mandate. If I'm saying my agent is compromised, please, I have the mandate to do a change. But they couldn't give us all that. Yes. Then we also witnessed RDC's cars taking ballot boxes to the terrorist center on earth. Where does that happen? What conspires in between?
In between,
And even we witnessed where agents are not allowed to sign before adding marks. We witnessed where an NRM can do campaign up to midnight. And you from the opposition, 6 sharp, your chest to go back home.
Mm.
So there were a lot of injustices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all these things happened in the last elections, 2021. We are coming. Next year is close. First of all, should we expect to see you on the ballot paper?
Yes, despite what happened in the last elections, one, we should never lose hope.
Yes.
We stand in the footsteps of our foremothers, the Miriam Atembe, the Winnie Kiza, the Winnie Beanima, name them. If they had given up, we would not hang on those shoulders till now.
Yeah.
So that gives me the courage.
The courage to come
yes,
back.
to come back. Despite what is happening,
Yeah.
we still have hope
Yes.
that if good and quality member of parliaments are in there, we will see change in the women issues. Yes.
Wow.
Then two, if we don't persevere, who will?
Who will? True.
Who will? If I believe that change begins with me, then I should be the first example. I'm also, I was the first chairperson of the Interparty Women's Platform. Why we formed this platform is to energize women, to give them courage, to work together, to mentor them to this level. I love so much Honorable Winnie Kiza. She's my mentor. Yes. But what I have received, I should pass it on to the other people.
Yeah.
I want to leave legacy. If I enter parliament, for sure, women issues will be heard
on the table.
On the table.
Wow.
And I called myself Sarah of Uganda because I know my voice. Yes, my voice, my energy, my ideas, the passion I have, and the Uganda I want to see will not be only for Mukono people. It will be for the entire
everyone,
Uganda.
Yeah.
You can persuade parliament. Currently, we have opposition has like 77 candidates currently. But if they were proactive and if they had issues at hand and they had the spirit to serve their electorates, it is easier to convince the NRMs. Yes, it is easier, and you show them the reality, and they can pass policies that are pro-women and pro-Ugandans. Yes, and for example, with the Mabati issue, they only laid down only 2 victims. But also the men were there saying, may I found the iron sheets in my compound? Who opened the gate? And who allowed the transferring of iron sheets from wherever they are to your...
And you found them there. What did you do?
And what did you do? Why didn't you say, who brought them here? Why don't you take them back?
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of sagas in the World Bank, NSSF.
Yeah.
And we are seeing they are crucifying Mpuga. Let me also talk about this at that time. NUP is crucifying Mpuga, the 500, the 500. The leader of opposition is having lead cars, is having the most fancy car, extra salary, and yet he's a member of what? Parliament.
Yeah.
Why didn't he say that I think this is wasting
money?
I can either remain with the salary of the leaders of opposition and this, and we do away with the other finances that he is getting. Currently, we see they gave out cars to all secretary generals of political parties that are in IPOD. Who is questioning all this? And who's told you that a person will never be appreciated? If you're appreciating others, we see the vice presidents, the former ones, were appreciated with cars. The former speakers were appreciated. Is it called the Auditor General? Chief Auditor?
The Auditor General.
The Auditor General, the one who left the position currently, will assume his benefits, including the salaries and everything, till he dies. Why isn't opposition talking about all that? Because that is wasting government's resources. You have given us your best, you have been earning salary and everything, but again you're given a lifelong package equivalent to what you have been earning, and yet there is another person coming into that position. Where are we going? I like so much Semujunganda. He comes out and talks about the thing. But you know, politics, to win, you must have numbers. Where are the other oppositions in this matter?
Yeah. Wow.
I have seen women representing my district for 4 terms. That is not Sarah. I can be in parliament for 2 terms, make a change, leave a legacy, and exit. Give the opportunity to another woman to come up. We are seeing women members of parliament. Since parliament began, they are representing their communities up to now.
Well, so Sarah, you're the chairperson of the Interparty Women Platform. Yes, this is a coalition of 9 registered political parties in Uganda, and we want to know more about this coalition. What does this platform focus on? What do you do? Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. I was the first chairperson. Yesterday we witnessed another handover.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, this leadership goes through the alphabetical order. So Alliance for National Transformation begins with A. So Alliance assumed power first, or leadership.
Yeah.
Then we went to DP. Yes. Then it was Ecological Party, Irene Solo. Then currently it is the FDC. We have Honorable Chisache, who is from FDC. Now will be spearheading the leadership. One, we looked into, this platform was started in 2019, but in country formulations. We said one time, why don't we have a platform where we work on women issues? Because things are affecting us, they don't affect the political party.
Yeah.
And we had zeroed so much on things that divide us than things that, common issues that affect us as women in politics. There was only iPod at a time. We have the National Women Council at present. We have WOPA, which is acting. But we didn't have a space that brings us together. Those in parliament and
parties.
those outside parliament. But they are registered political parties operating and everything. So we designed something. We had a series of interactions. Not until 2021, we agreed. We thank the development partners that have funded us too long. But the inception was funded by IRI, International Republican Institute. We came out together, we said we can work together as women leagues, concentrate on issues that bind us together and move forward. I remember our first engagement was in Ginger. But that time, during the formulation time, we moved from Kampala to Ginger. NRM could not sit with FDC. We went, exchanging words and everything. And from that time, we said, but we can zero on something that can unite us other than tearing us as women. So we came with this idea. We shared it. IRR came in, sponsored us with Women Democracy Network. Madame Perry has done a lot of work. So we started this thing. We made the memorandum and started moving to different political parties. And we said that the political party must be functional, it must have an office, it must be a registered, and it must have a women's league, a functional women's league. So we shared what we had come out together with different SGs, different political party heads, and they allowed us to come up with this platform. And in March 2023, we launched. Yes. So we believe on empowering women. Improving the capacity of women in politics. Yes, that is our #1 agenda. I wasn't good like this. But through the platform, through the empowerment we have received, through the capacity building and the advocacy programs, I think we are good. Yes, currently. And also wanted to show the president that you can hand over power peacefully. We have witnessed 3 transitions now. Yes. Peacefully. Without any. So that is possible, even in our government. It is very possible. We don't just to set guidelines and say, now the constitution is to say this. We can follow our constitution and have a peaceful transition of power. Then we are also advocating for collective advocacy on issues that affect women in politics. One, the violence that I have spoke about. It is not only outside when we are campaigning, but we also have internal violence within our political parties. One, I am happy that most of we are 10 currently. We have the Alliance, we have the FDC, we have DP, we have UFA, we have PPP, we have UPC, we have JEMA, we have Ecological
CP.
Party, we have CP, and we are good. NOP is not currently inside, but at the inception, NOP was there. But they don't believe in dialogue.
Oh.
Yes, and our approach is dialogue and consensus building. So they pulled out at the time. We've tried to engage their leadership. Hopefully one day. We applaud Honorable Aisha Waligo. She was one of the members who started the Interparty Women's Platform. Currently, she is in NOP. We are waiting to see if she can convince the president to come and join, because we have learnt a lot. And even the women attest to this, that we are missing, but we have nothing to do. So, no party leadership. We are speaking to you at a time. Yeah, we need your presence in the Interparty Women's Platform. The platform is also working on increasing the number of women who vie for open seats. The affirmative action alone is not enough.
Not enough.
Currently, yes, it is not enough. First of all, it has a very wide area in the district, and yet they receive the same salary. The only difference is the fuel you receive to go into these communities. Yes, but same roles. So we are saying, instead of having a full range of list of women coming up on this affirmative action, let's have many more women this time round. And we are calling upon our political parties, because this is where it begins from. They tend to give a lot of party tickets to only men on these open seats. But we are saying, if you can increase to at least 30 to 40% number of women in parliament, I think we can see a change. Not only the number of women, but quality.
Quality, very important, I think.
Yes, quality women this time round. I think Uganda will be somewhere. And then also, we just empowering women that, yes, the violence is there. But if we don't stick on and beat it, then the men will keep on top. Yes. Then the other issue we are working on is extending regional structures. Currently have been in the center. We have the STEERCOM. Those are the governing bodies in IWOP and the summit. So every meeting and everything has been here in Kampala and around areas. So I want to do regional structures. If you're increasing women, then you must go to also those other regions. Show them the importance of the platform, bring them on board, mentor them, encourage them. Yes, we are going through a series of educative sessions now. Yes, we have made electoral reforms. We have contributed to electoral reforms because we want to see change. Yes, and for example, in the Constitution itself currently, when you're talking about open seats, the clause says he. And when the women see he, they say now these positions are for men. And even it's interpreted into our communities. In the last concrete by-election where we had in Serere, where Honorable Alaso was, we went to the women and I was saying, but you women, aren't you rigid? This position is for men. Honorable Alaso should come back when the entire election is coming up. So it is a series of educating masses. So Electoral Commission should come up and do the civic education the way it must do it. This time round, we asked the Electoral Commission to include us into the civic education program because we feel we can do it better. But when we went there, they said, you know, you must be censored, you must be what? We are into that process. And we will be happy if it comes out the positive way. Yes, because such questions came up. What entity are you? Why aren't you registered? We are under operating political parties that are registered in this country. We don't need to come up and register again the women leagues as a different entity. We are under the umbrella of our political parties. But those people could not understand that when we explained it to them. So they need you have a certificate as the women leagues working together. No, things do not work.
Yeah.
Yes, like that. So currently, we are doing a lot. Yes, we are supporting fellow women who have been in prisons. You saw the FDC women are there. We are adding our voice to this government that let people say out their words peacefully. I think the government could just say, what is your route that you're going to follow? If you're saying you're protesting and you're saying you should do this, the Kano out, Kano Dr. Kiza Besigye, give them the security, let them march. I think we shall not have issues. In the last concluded by-election in Kawempe, it is the ruling government that is giving momentum to people. Because when JAT comes and you say, we don't know JAT, it's not part of police, it's not part of the army, we don't know these guys, but they are close to you, the army officials, they have sticks, they have guns.
Then
who is doing this? Then why can't a person say, let me support these people the person who is being harassed, than relating with you if you cannot? The 600 billion they have spent in this campaign. If they had said we are improving hospitals in Kawempe, NRM could get votes. If they could move around and do scorecards and see why aren't we getting like the hearts of the people, what have we delivered and what are the missing links? I think that money, if it was wasted, it was given or like put into service delivery. They
would have benefited
would
a
have
lot.
Benefited. And even they would have gotten the candidates through. But since nothing is done and you're waiting to give penny, like the food, the money that you gave, the sauce, soap, name it, it will not amount to anything.
Wow.
Yes.
So Sarah, you've been a leader in this platform. How did you facilitate collaboration and consensus, since you have women from different political parties? Yes.
Okay. First, when we were doing the memorandum, it is a binding document to us all. We went to our political parties and they gave inputs. We shared with them and they gave input. And the only question was, aren't these women going to begin like being... It was a question, but we said we will remain loyal to our political parties. Then we agreed there is no these tendencies of fetching from the other political party. Then we streamlined what we are supposed to do, and really we are sticking on them currently. So every party has a different ideology. Willid sponsored us to do an activity where we went to each political parties and learned something good from them. It was peer-to-peer learning. We went to various political parties. I remember ANT visited the Ecological Party of Uganda, where we learned a lot about the Greens and everything. And what I learned from there translated it to my political party and also to my work. Currently I'm doing work on climate change in Shalom Women's Development Network. And I am enjoying it. But it was a key lesson to learn from there. Then we went to the FDC. We learned how they distribute money to their women leagues. And yet other women leagues were not even receiving any money or any penny from them. They came to the alliance. They saw how women are included in every elective position internally or decision-making platform or committee in our political party. So it was a lift to buy to their other political parties. So we said, but we must have a binding document as women. We must have the women charter, because we were relating to this, our full structure of the party. But we said we can't demand much from the party if we don't have these policies around. So parties drafted the women charter, the gender policy, the policy against sexual harassment, and we have a party that I'm not going to say here. We had a lot of forth and back. We empower the women leagues to go and fight internally. So we said, but you must have this policy against sexual harassment passed. It has been years when they are not passing it. But currently, last year they passed it, and we were happy. So if we didn't join efforts, the things wouldn't have achieved. So one, we have the memorandum as a binding document. Then we have these committees. If you are the woman league leader, you automatically become a summit member. Then the other two key members also join the steercom. So we are giving ourselves things that we are working on, things that are binding us. How can we remain loyal to our political parties? How can we do work to our political parties? So we found this platform relevant, that we are mobilizing women through our political parties, but working together as a force. We have just put across a program that we will be meeting regional structures, but every party goes and gets women for their women leagues, and then bring them together and then get them empowered. So we are increasing number and value within our political parties. The rate at which we were reasoning internally within our political parties has changed. Because we have been empowered how to advocate first internally, then outside the political parties. And we are doing good. Yes, the platform is thriving. Yes.
Wow. And you mentioned also about political violence in one of your submissions against women. What challenges we've seen? You've mentioned some of the challenges, but what solutions can we, lay at hand to see that there is greater political participation of women?
Okay, thank you so much. There are key questions that even electorate ask when we are out there. They might seem how can I say? For example, are you married? They are asking a woman, do you have children? Why do you come to this political position if you're not married? Wait a minute, this goes to our electorate. You don't need to get to be married to contest as a woman member of parliament or on any open seat. You just need to have the matter. You must need to be must be people-centered, and you must know your roles and have also the courage to do what you're required of. But when you start asking, are you married? That is, pushing away the woman to come up. Then we also see giving out of party tickets. Most political parties ask for sexual favors before they give you to become a flag bearer. We have seen women testify that I got my party ticket from the hotel, even from the ruling party. So this has been violence. Then you see men who come up. Somebody came up and said, Sarah, I'm interested in you. I can facilitate your campaigns. And I thought he was genuine. Yes. So then he calls me, can you come at Colin Hotel? And I give you the terms. I went with my colleague and I packed. I said, Colin Hotel, I want to park here because the meeting I'm going into, I'm not sure where it will be diverting. So I went with my police constables then. Then they left in the car and I went into this meeting. It was in an open air, open space. Colin Hotel. Then the guy says, Sarah, this money here, I can give it to you. It can facilitate your campaigns. I even have an upper say. I can just turn out the votes in your favor, even if at the talent center, I've worked with government. And he opened the briefcase. I don't know whether the dollars were genuine and the pounds or not. But I said, hey, your idea has been good, but the strings attached are not favorable for me. You can be with me only once or twice. This money will be always. And I said, wait a minute. I came into campaigns knowing the budget that I have, and I don't need any money that has any strings attached. And I had alerted my members that when you see me standing up, you just know that things are hot. So it didn't come to that level. And I said, please, you can go back. But this guy knew where I stayed. Had pictures of my house. Had pictures of my maid.
Has been stalking
you. Doing everything. And said, I know. This money will be good for you, sir. I need a perimeter wall. You need those things. And I said, wait a minute. Go and find another lady who can compromise their values. I've been doing this. And I've been pushing very many women to parliament. And I said, but I'm not one of the type.
Wow.
I went. When I reached home, he rang. He had like several lines. And I said, but when somebody speaks out, it is a healing process. He abused me for more than 1 hour, just put the phone on loud, and I just let him express himself. Up to now. Yes, so the things happen. Women are being beaten. Abused. They are beaten at tally centers. They are beaten during campaigns. You see the members everywhere. The last concluded election, women were beaten and they were bringing out blood. Others are even can't walk. They are on crunches now. So it is hostile, to the women. And even internally in our political parties, this goes to you. It is also a disaster in there. To the men, just remember, we are your mothers, we are your sisters, we are your brothers. What you do today will come around to your family, because I know in the Bible says no sin goes unpunished. So one way or the other, this thing will come back to you. So, and lastly, I applaud the male champions. Also in our political parties, we have male champions. We have those gentlemen there who stand up for many issues. When we bring like motions and everything, they're there to support the women. Like in the end, when we're doing these policies, men were there. When we read them out and we shared and everything, they were there to support us. Now, took overnight, they were passed. Yes. So, big up to the male champions. And it is a bravo to the implementing partners that have supported us till today.
Wow. Sarah, thank you so much. And as we wind up, I want you to, you've been a leader. So far, you're the first chairperson of this platform. For now, how do you envision this platform in the next 5 to 10 years? With your experience as the first leader?
Wow, thank you so much. You know, when you're in leadership first, it becomes challenging to you. You have to do a lot of things. So I did a lot of work, and also investing in the platform. Currently, we don't have funds as the platform. We rely on development partners, and they don't give us money directly to our accounts, but they do the engagements, we go and attend and everything. But we needed to run administrative work. And all that was through individual contributions. So it was hard at the start. Then secondly, we must sell the platform to various key stakeholders. So we need to spend on transport, paperwork, organizing meetings, and all this. Of course, it was a great learning point, but it also pushed us to do more and more and more. So we brought all these implementing partners on board during our time. Yes. And then they were waiting to see the transition. And time came, and we transited. During our work, we met the Minister for Justice, we met the Electoral Commission, we attended various activities, various trainings, lobbying, and everything. The good thing about the platform, everything is in the pipeline. And we work together as a team, despite someone be like political party leading. The other thing we have managed, because we looked at financing this platform. Since we had no money, we said leadership will be rotation. The party that is leading is hosting the platform currently. This has enabled us to get going. Then lastly, concentrating on key issues that affect women in politics have pushed us to work harder, to move forward, to looking forward that we are achieving them. So transitioning of power is key, because we say you take power for 6 months and after you take on. Then when other party takes on, we initiate them to the donors. How? On the handover, we invite all our donors, our implementing partners, and we say we are having a handover. So they have a feel of what we have done. We share the success stories. Then they have a feel that now Ecological Party is moving on leadership to FDC. Then our Secretary Generals are also there in these meetings. So they come to understand, yes, this party has been in power. We pay subscription fee of 100,000 from each political party. But I tell you what, the last year, we have only 2 political parties that
have paid.
So up now, we are looking until our Secretary Generals and party leaders, please bring that subscription fee. It can move us, yes, a lot. A lot and a lot. And lastly, we need to see women acquiring these positions within our political parties. You know, our constitutions say 30% of women must have these roles. But you go to various political parties and they don't have women in this. Like the NRM, the Youth League has only like 1
One female.
One female. So that is not good. But I applaud the ANT. We are 40% or 50%. That's why you're seeing women are thriving in the Alliance for National Transformation. So this is a call. Can you please come and join the Alliance? Women are safe in there. And also with the presence of our women politics and everything. Political parties are becoming more safe and safer for women and female youth currently.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Sarah, how do you balance your personal life, politics?
Wow. Thank you so much. When I went to Israel, I had also a chance to go to Israel and had a course on gender-based violence, mitigation, and learning from them how they do the things. So I learned a lot from there. From there, when I came back, I didn't come back the same. Yes, I learned because I talked to these top leaders and I said, how are you doing? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They told me, Sarah, it's all about prioritizing. You need to prioritize every day. You need to have a list of things that you would love to accomplish every day, and you need to stick on them. And then family. I believe in family so much. There are hours I cannot receive calls because I'm in family. Weekends are there for me and my family, except when the need arise. Because there are some challenging things that come in, but not all the time. So you can prioritize. A woman is born a leader. Nobody should tell you that women should go and study to become a leader. A woman is born a leader. First of all, you become pregnant. You give birth. You care for the child, you care for the husband, then you go for work, then domestic work. So we are used to juggling 3 things at the time. An example, a woman can have a child on the back. She's washing and cooking at the same time. And even attending to a phone call. So we can juggle these things out, but it's all about prioritizing.
Yes. Wow. What can we do to support and develop the next generation of women leaders?
1, we should act exemplary.
Exemplary. Very
that
important.
That is number 1.
Yes.
You should act exemplary in all areas of life. Wherever you're serving from, children are watching. Children watch and they want to see practical things, and they will learn as we do the practical bit. When you believe in yourself and say, I am going to do ABC, do it. Let's walk that talk.
Instead of just talking.
Instead of just talking and say, you know you should do this, and yet you are not doing that. Of recent, in the marriage bill, I saw even pastors now they want to have 2 wives. This sends a signal to me. Have they been cohabiting at this time? And they are saying now you want to do. Yes. Where is the example that we are getting from them?
The leaders,
Yes, currently. I told you the scenario of a border guy who told me, you know, from the top. This thing got spoiled from the top. So leaders, at the bottom, you're not telling us anything. So 1. 2, we must be value-based leaders. Values of God-fearing, values of integrity, values of zero tolerance to corruption. Those things should be at our fingertips. Yes. Then we should be people-centered. If you know you're going to parliament or you're going to assume any role, whether business, whether health, whether what, and you want to just achieve for yourself, please don't.
Should always be about people.
Should always be about serving others. Then 3, you must have avenues of improving other people. I tell you, I have been wherever I have been, but I've brought projects for people around here.
Yes.
And we should go away from this process of lamenting all the time. Our leaders are lamenting, but they are not solution-based. I told you I'm Jewish. We have an issue, like when you're celebrating Easter, we are celebrating Pesach. So in Uganda, we have the unleavened bread. We're always getting it from Israel. But it comes a scenario when the community cannot buy because they are poor. And secondly, they can come late when even the feast is over. But it is a requirement on the Seder plate. What did I say? But I said, but we can make a difference and have it made here. So when I went to Israel, I went to a certain company that does it. I found rabbis that make it. And I said, I want to learn how this is done. I came back, made a proposal. And we have an oven, a big one, commercial one at my home. Come 8th and 9th, we shall be producing. It is called matzot in Jewish, or unleavened bread currently. But now that ceases to be a problem in the Jewish people in Uganda. But you see, we have leaders where government brings money at the district, for example, for the health sector. And for the past years, the money just does renovation of the health center. For example, 15 to 20 million. How can it just be do renovation? Why can't you do something new and then task the government that this money that you gave us, it did A, B, C, D, but we need a supplementary something, or if you can give us more thing to accomplish this. You must be a visionary leader. So the leaders we have, just think closely, like closer to them. They don't go outside the box. So if you had visionary leaders, people who are people-centered, who have the heart and the mind of supporting
everyone,
the needy, everyone in the community, then I think we would have had very good leaders. I can also give another scenario. I wasn't into climate. But we had an issue in my district. You have a water plant, courtesy water plant. But at times we don't have water in the community. So I said, what can I do to access this material? To understand better, why don't we have water at the plant? So I did a WASH program. I sensitized Abasajja Bakabaka and the women councils of Goma, the 10 villages. Then I said, then from here I will have the potential to go to the plant and say, I'm bringing my members to study about water treatment because they're going back to the community to sensitize them. So I had a chance to go to the water plant, to meet the management, to see firsthand how the water is purified and everything. And also to ask those questions. Where are you going? But we don't have water sometimes. And I had heard that even people who live closer to the plant do not have water. And it was true. Even when we visited, people around you do not have, and then the pipes pass. Yes, through there, but we are given. So once you need something as a leader, you can achieve it. If you are visionary, you can find ways of supporting the community better and better and better.
Wow, the young women leaders, I hope you're picking a lot from Sarah here. So Sarah, the final question is, what lessons have you learned throughout your career, and how have they informed your approach to leadership?
Yeah, one, I have learned that there's nothing for me without me. That is one. If you are to influence policies, if you are to do any change, if you are to cause impact, you must be part of that. That is my number one lesson. My other lesson is you can't move far if you are alone. You need others.
You need people,
to come along with you and achieve. If these other women were not there, for example, those who attended the Beijing conference, they wouldn't have brought the affirmative action. They wouldn't have made a gender-sensitive constitution. They wouldn't have advocated till this level. Yes. So you need others. In this journey. Then the other one is we should be problem solvers other than lamenters. We have stayed so long in this book of lamentation. Can you cause a change? In the Bible, just one seed like this can bring a change.
And everyone can be a change maker.
And everyone can
Yeah.
be at any level.
At any level, yes.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
You can be a change maker. That's why I believe that change begins
With you.
with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then one can achieve whatever they want, despite how long it takes. Some people want things to come in the twinkle of an eye.
Yeah.
At times you need to wait for some time, then have this. I can give you an example. When I was growing up, my family was not well off. After senior 6, I didn't have money to attend university. Makerere gave me to study, to do education, economics and history. And I couldn't see myself teaching. I didn't attend. My mother cried, Sarah, you know, I don't have money. Go and do that for the sake. I said, no, I will not do that for the sake. I will go hustle, work,
hard and pay.
And educate myself. Wow. My father died when I was in senior 6. So he was the sole breadwinner. And he was a welder at the time in Mengo Chisenyi. So you know how hard getting money was. And now here I am the firstborn in this family. So after senior 6, I started working. I have done a lot of jobs currently, from selling shoes, clothes, preparing food on sites at UCU. That's how I got that job in the Uganda Christian University. They were constructing the female residence hall. So I said, but I can, because I was doing a lot of nothing. I mobilized girls and we cooked food and we are selling. And we are getting money, by the way.
Yes.
So I saw an advert. So if I wasn't doing that advert, I wouldn't have seen it. Then I got a job in the counseling department as an office attendant. Then from that money, I educated myself for university. Then got married. Then, things.
And now you've gone back for masters.
Of course.
Yeah.
But you can achieve this. Let us not look at the time it will take. Let us looking at the pathways. Are they relevant? Are they achievable? Because people have achieved money in this government. In a drink of an eye, it is one deal, and people having buildings and what. But even if you have this money, you'll never be at peace because you have just stolen. Yes, so we shouldn't wait. Then the other thing is we should look for relevant people in our lives to cling on, to learn from them. Yes, with this vision of mine, I wanted to start an organization. I started it, even from scratch, without money, without anything, but we have changed life. Here I am in the Interparty Women's Platform. This was my vision, to stop quarreling, to stop seeing each other as a rival, the pull-down syndrome. We are thriving. Regardless of what, you can make a change with that small idea of yours. If you are positive enough, you can share it and you can yield fruits. Then the other thing is, you're not the only person that can do this. Even other people can.
Other people can, yes.
How are you uplifting others? Through mentorship, through connecting them to viable people, through everything. So if you want to be the only person in an island, you'll reach a time when you have no ideas. Or you're still operating with those ideas when you arrived and they are not applicable at this time. So you should leave new fresh energy to come up and assume these roles and work together and keep mentoring them. Yes. So the things have been, and also elevating yourself is key.
Very important.
Very important. We must learn.
Yes.
Learning will never end. Each and every time, learn a new thing every day.
Wow.
Yes.
And here we are with Sarah. We've learned a lot from her story, from her experience. Thank you so much to our viewers. Your last remarks, Sarah.
My last remarks are this upcoming elections. Be non-violent.
Ah, yes.
Because this has deterred very many women, capable women, and people to come up, and to our voters this time round, don't look at money, petty things. Just know once you're given salt, food and everything, they have already paid you, and you will never ever hold them accountable. Let us look at potential. Let us look at people who are people centered. Let us look at people who have values and people who have the mind of the people.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you very much to our viewers. You're always very good viewers. You always come back to this channel, and in particular, Women Rise. Women are the front lines. We don't take that for granted. And to all our guests that do come here every Saturday, we really, really appreciate you. We don't take that for granted, yes. If you're watching us for the very first time, please subscribe to the channel. Support this particular program by sharing this link with your friends, family, so that they also come and, collect some knowledge from these stories. I've been your host, Madreen. See you next week. Bye.